Hello everybody, how are you? So welcome back to video number 3 in the steps of the crystalline path, or the crystalline envisionment. And this is the fourth video about services and technologies that are available through www.lrlaw.divinekeysite.com. So on here it says members of light, but it's actually the angels of light, and I'm really going to take it home to that because I made another video talking about the members of light, and it really wasn't speaking truth to what this level is. This is going to be changed. So on my website, you'll see the full updated versions of these. These are just placeholders, or these are just here to get the information out and provide it to you guys one by one. It's a dog. And essentially, it's going to be just angels of light. So when you're looking at stage 4 or step 4, it's going to be angel of light transfiguration. So what really the angel light is the angel light is the container of the vessel. So the circle of light was the vessel, and then the energy was Lemuria and lineage of light, Lemuria itself, and lineage of light as well is like the transcending vehicle that's going through these pathways, and the energy is Lemuria that's holding the contents of what's occurring. So when we're becoming more and more developed into our God ray or our God light and our monadic aspects of ourselves, we're developing a frequency that works with Lemuria really, really well at these first 3 stages. When we're at the stage of number 3, the transfiguration, this is where we're kind of stepping into the transcendental aspects of everything, where we really become to embody it in a deeper level with transfiguration, where there's a deep-seated change in our physical body and our genetic pools that is non-reversible, and we change towards more aligned to this evolution of divine source light within ourselves. So we're really committing into angelic paths and our divine Sophia light and our divine feminine Christ light activations to occur now into this realm of the heavens and the realms of the angelic codes. The first 2 really start off with Lemuria, and then the rest goes into the divine Christ, divine feminine Christ embodiments of angelic form. This contains the angel of light herself or itself, or this him or herself, or this essence itself is, I made a note right over here, so I want to make sure I'm getting it right, is a commencement. So you heard me speak about this in the very first video. It's a commencement of 2 energies, Lemuria and Sophia crystalline light, coming into one and molding into a physical reality, allowing the divine feminine essence to flow more through the new codexes, the foundationals, and the new rewritings that occurred in the physical body, as well as our Akash and our physical being, to accelerate and exist in even more. That's what the premise of this layer is, the angels of light. I know on here it says members of light, but it's angels of light. That's how we're going to approach it, and that's how we're going to work for it. We're going to become more and more connected with this concept of that we actually, human beings, are all angels, and we're all forming into the angelic presence of what we're going through. And that's what the purpose of ascension is, and the purpose of everything that we're going through. As we go towards the light, our angelic forces and our angelic aspects are coming more and more in line, and that's why we're present, and that's why we're being here, and that's what our fulfillment is. So in the Angels of Light, really what happens is you're sitting in a context that's this very enclosed environment. It's a membership portal, or it's an enclosed environment. It's a container. And then in this container, you're really cultivating and growing and activating what's already deep-seated, at least changed in you, and now starting to make a reaction to it in the external, and coming from the human being into the external, not external, but we're expressing it, or we're cultivating out, or I want to say like the deep-seated generational encodements that happened in the past no longer exist. So we're not activating from a layer of past memory and human form, but we're activating from the lineage of light, which is divine source light coming down into our physical being. So once we attuned and integrated that into our body, now it still needs to continue to express and progress forward. But what the transfiguration does is now you're connecting it deeper, you've solidified it, you've concreted it into your being now. And now it's becoming deeper and deeper into our bones, and it goes deeper and deeper into our DNA and our seeded self, and starts to approach more and more different layers of the human programming and the whole human being into a deeper depth. What the membership portal does is provides a support code or support aspect where it has an environment, a support system that has an environment that is situated by crystalline codes, Lemuria, angelic, divine, human embodiments, Sophia Christ codes. Really, with this frequency, as we're transcending and transducing our old DNAs and it's surrounded by so much potent energy to fill you in that the fraction and the friction between the spaces are not so drastic. So it's a very, very enclosed environment. It provides a lot of support, a lot of resources. Also, the energetic essence that's the reasoning in this logic of providing this portal is really providing us the ability to be protected and enclosed and held. And this is a really funny concept because a lot of us sometimes wonder, why do we need to be protected? When we're transcending from a different context to another, a lot's occurring inside our deep-seated body and DNA. And we need a safe place to go to and devolve into and understand. And this is that environment for you. This is a safe haven for all the angels to transform and translate and turn into the beautiful angelic forms that they are. And this provides that platform for you. The other functions of this platform is obviously the other aspects, which is like the membership portal, the divine encodements in the light language and the light works. It's a lot of other resources such as light activations. There's monarchy, angelic aspects that are given to you. There's a lot added to this, and I don't really want to go into that too much because that will evolve as we go, but I wanted to really bring attention the concept of the angel of light, and that this is the same thing as the membership portal and the crystalline resources available to you. And that container, that's the purpose of this container. And I just wanted to bring notice. I think that's the most important thing at this moment to really give you and have you develop into, is to understand that template and that understanding of what's transfiguring and what's transforming inside of us needs a safe environment to play and feel and flourish in. And this is what this provides you. This provides you this safe haven, a safe platform for you to deepen your communion codes within and communion with Source and communion with Divine Source and Sophia and the all aspects of Source, as well as the masculine aspect of Source itself and the Elohims, and really expand and navigate what that creation feeling feels like as we're expanding into our Source light self itself through Lemuria. So this is what this provides. This provides the safety and the healthiness of the Divine Mother, Sophia Christ consciousness, as well as the Divine Mother Codex, to hold you within this framework as you're developing and you're deepening your communion with yourself and with your divine monadic aspects of self and your logos. We will look at different frameworks of playing with things, like as in Lemuria, you still get to play in Lemuria and have fun and work in that context. We look at grid work, we look at different types of ways of playing with the earth and other aspects, and how to help liaison and arise different services and formats for the collective. We work together to build these things. You have an opportunity to really provide service in a large framework towards a collective. You learn these aspects, you learn how to do this, all aspects, and this is a really great place as an angelic, or as a Lemurian angelic, which is where this is cultivating from, and you'll be able to serve and provide a lot of resources and abilities to go out in the world and serve as you come back into the container of the angelic lights in the Lemurian platform, and intertwine the two aspects as you're transfigurating your cells and your DNA and your body. It's also moving you into a frequency of divine love, divine virtue, and divine codexes that you can embody the divine Sophia code even more in a very deep, 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 alterated way. When we're working with different layers of light, we are really understanding, or we're taking notice to the understanding of these light rays within our physical being, emotional body, mental body, and spiritual body. This is not being ignored inside this platform. This platform is going to represent and give you lots of tools to work from at this higher codex, the higher light, which is not really being given to the public. You also get source codes, divine codes with the grid works. You also get recordings, playbacks, advertisements for multiple brothers and sisters programs are available. You get private seminars. You get a lot to this as well, in addition to all the other things that you may or may not be subscribed to prior to going into the membership. I think one of the most beautiful things is the potentiality of being able to be going to service in this section, as well as having that protected field in that environment for you to really feel safe and held and developed inside of. So it's like your safety net. This is your environment where you can start to really flourish and develop all the monadic codes and ways, ways that you need to be in service in this way. There's a lot more information that's going to be provided as the days and weeks and years to come about this membership platform. You know the ultimate goal, you know the medium goal, then you know the current providing goal of it. But what's going to happen in between of it is going to transform, develop into higher frequencies as more brothers and sisters come inside this portal. This portal expands and becomes larger and larger, and soon it's going to become its own kind of creation and nature and nesting point for really collective growth. And that's really what we want, is we want a collective growth to come in line and come into reality. And that's the most important thing I think about this whole movement and this whole creation, is that angels have a place on earth and they have a safe place to be residing in. And this is really one of the most beautiful and powerful things that we can provide for our collective individuals, not shying away from something that's beyond and forward from us. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. You can leave them underneath or whatever the case is. And I really want to let you know before I do go that you can understand more of this information in this context on my website. You can go at www.elevallawdivinemelchizedek.com/membership, and it gives you a lot more about the membership itself and the different layers, as some previous videos I did too. So this is just one aspect of the container that's being formed and created for the public, or the people who are gone through the lineage of light and gone through the circle of light, gone through or have been to a few circle of lights and in the membership. So really activating and knowing that this container is a closed environment, closed container, adding a lot of light, love, and frequency to our development of monadic races and species, and then developing our codexes as we develop more into relationship with the codes and the lights, and how to activate and allow it to be part of society more, and how to provide society more tools and resources as they're doing this. Much love and thank you. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon. And not even just see you guys soon, I think that, like me closing with those light codes may have not been completely aligned and correct. I think it's more about having us understand the steps of this frequency, and then knowing that we have a safe place to go to. And I think that's the most important thing I want to drive home and make sure that you know. This is a safe portal for all individuals who are along the lineage of light, crystalline light, divine embodiment, Lemurian codes, crystalline frequency, angelics, divine Sophia, Divine Mother. These are all your playgrounds and frequencies to understand and weave into as you become more and more leaders and members of the new earth order, or activation, or reality. Reality, I think, is the best word. Much love. See you guys.